Right now, your child's phone might be doing something you have never approved, and the frightening part is that you would have absolutely no idea. Millions of parents hand their children a smartphone or tablet without ever taking the 10 minutes required to lock it down, and researchers who study children's digital habits consistently find that the gap between the moment a device is handed to a child and the moment that child first encounters inappropriate content online is far shorter than any parent wants to believe. The built-in parental controls that come on both iPhone and Android devices are more powerful than most parents realize, and when layered together with dedicated monitoring apps like FlexiSpy and mSpy, they create a protective framework that addresses every major category of digital risk that your child faces the moment they pick up that phone. Today's video gives you a step-by-step walkthrough of the complete setup. 10 minutes is all it takes, and you can do it before your child's device leaves your hand again tonight. To understand why setting up parental controls correctly matters so profoundly, it helps to look at what the research actually reveals about the unprotected device experience that most children currently have. Studies examining children's unsupervised smartphone use consistently find that the average child aged 10 to 14 encounters explicit content, violent media, or contact from unknown adults within the first several weeks of receiving an unrestricted device. Not months, not years, but weeks. The built-in screen time feature on iPhone and the Digital Wellbeing Suite on Android both provide meaningful baseline protection when configured properly, yet independent audits of device settings in households with children routinely find that the overwhelming majority of these features are left in their default state, which provides essentially no protection at all. The first layer of effective parental control on an iPhone begins in the Screen Time settings, accessible through the main Settings app under the Screen Time menu. Within this section, parents can enable content and privacy restrictions, which opens a comprehensive set of controls covering everything from the age rating of apps that can be downloaded from the App Store to whether explicit language appears in Siri searches, whether adult websites load in Safari, and whether the child can make in-app purchases without parental approval. The web content filter alone, when switched from unrestricted access to limit adult websites, automatically blocks tens of thousands of categorized explicit domains without requiring the parent to manually identify or list a single website. The downtime feature within Screen Time allows parents to schedule specific hours, during which only pre-approved apps are accessible. A child set to downtime from 9 in the evening through 7 in the morning will find every non-approved app grayed out and unusable during those hours, regardless of what the child attempts. On the Android side, Google's Family Link application provides an equivalent set of controls that covers app approval, daily screen time limits, device location, and content filtering across Google Search and YouTube. Family Link allows parents to approve or reject every single app download request from the child's device directly from the parent's phone, creating an approval gate that prevents the impulse downloading of unvetted platforms that represents one of the most common vectors through which children encounter dangerous content and unknown contacts. Setting up both of these native control layers takes less than 15 minutes on either platform and should be the foundational first step every parent completes before any additional monitoring tool is introduced. The research literature on parental control effectiveness is consistent on one critical point: layered protection, meaning native platform controls combined with a dedicated monitoring application, produces measurably better child safety outcomes than either approach used in isolation. This is the gap that FlexiSpy and mSpy are designed to fill. Once the native controls are in place on both iPhone and Android, the next layer of protection comes from dedicated monitoring applications, and this is where the picture becomes significantly more powerful, and where the story takes a turn that surprises most parents who assume the built-in tools are sufficient. The critical limitation of both Screen Time on iPhone and Family Link on Android is that they operate at the operating system level and are therefore limited to what the operating system itself can see and control. Neither native tool can read the content of messages sent through third-party applications, neither can detect the specific videos a child watches inside an approved app, and neither provides keyword-level alerts when a child's digital activity suggests exposure to self-harm content, predatory contact, or substance-related conversations. This gap is exactly where FlexiSpy and mSpy become essential components of a complete parental protection framework. FlexiSpy is a professional-grade monitoring application that works across both iPhone and Android devices and provides parents with visibility into the categories of digital activity that native controls cannot reach. Through FlexiSpy, a parent can monitor call logs and messaging activity across major communication platforms, including WhatsApp, Snapchat, and Instagram direct messages, access a comprehensive record of every website visited in any browser on the device, including private or incognito browsing sessions, and receive ambient monitoring data that reveals patterns of behavior over time rather than just isolated incidents. The ambient monitoring capability is particularly significant because child safety researchers have consistently found that the most dangerous online situations do not announce themselves with a single alarming message, but instead develop gradually through a pattern of communication that builds slowly and deliberately over days or weeks. Precisely the kind of pattern that FlexiSpy's longitudinal data view is designed to surface for a parent. mSpy provides a complementary and equally powerful set of monitoring features with a particular strength in real-time alert delivery. Through mSpy's keyword monitoring system, a parent can specify terms associated with self-harm, drug facilitation, exploitation, or bullying, and receive an immediate notification the moment any of those terms appears anywhere on the monitored device, in a message, in a search, in a social media comment, or in a note application. The combination of Screen Time or Family Link at the operating system level, FlexiSpy for comprehensive communication and browsing visibility, and mSpy for real-time keyword-triggered alerts creates a three-layer protection architecture that addresses not only the content a child can access, but the conversations they are having and the specific moments when those conversations cross into territory that requires immediate parental attention. The practical question that every parent faces after understanding the tools available is how to implement all three layers efficiently, transparently, and in a way that is sustainable as a long-term family practice, rather than a one-time setup that gets disabled or forgotten within weeks. The 10-minute action plan for tonight begins with iPhone Screen Time, opening settings, tapping Screen Time, enabling it with a 4 to 6-digit passcode that is known only to the parent, activating content and privacy restrictions, setting the content rating filter for apps to the age-appropriate level for the specific child, enabling the web content filter for adult websites, setting a downtime schedule for sleeping hours, and turning off the ability to change the screen time settings without the passcode. Every one of these steps can be completed within 3 to 4 minutes on any iPhone running a current operating system. For Android devices using Family Link, the setup involves downloading the Google Family Link app on both the parent's device and the child's device, linking the accounts, approving the child's existing apps, enabling the daily activity reports, setting screen time limits, and activating the location sharing feature, a process that takes approximately 4 to 5 minutes when completed sequentially. With both native layers active, the next step is installing FlexiSpy on the child's device, which requires brief physical access to the device and the creation of a parent account through the FlexiSpy platform. The installation process is documented in detail on the FlexiSpy website, and the affiliate link available in the description below takes parents directly to the setup guide. mSpy follows the same general installation pattern, and can be configured to run in the background on the child's device without interfering with normal device function or alerting the child to its presence. Though child safety researchers and family therapists consistently recommend telling children transparently that monitoring is in place rather than operating it secretly, a transparent approach that research shows actually improves child safety outcomes by encouraging children to seek parental help when they encounter something disturbing rather than hiding it to avoid having the monitoring discovered. The combination of these three layers, native content filtering, FlexiSpy's comprehensive visibility, and mSpy's real-time keyword alerting, represents the most complete parental control framework currently available for both iPhone and Android devices. The affiliate links for both FlexiSpy and mSpy are available in the description below. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.